there is the generation of melanogenesis. That is how melanin is formed. You can see the skin is exposed, and there are melanocytes in the skin, the basal layer of the epidermis. There, melanocytes, and then there is a melanosome, and then there is an enzyme called tyrosinase that actually helps the process of formation of melanin. From tyrosine, it acts on it, form dopamine, and then you end up with melanin. So if there is any problem with either of them, for example, if you lack tyrosinase, then you will not form melanin. For example, in the cases of albinism, where it's extreme degree of generalized hypopigmentation, in which tyrosinase activity of melanocyte is generally defective and no melanin is formed. So tyrosinase activity is defective. So it doesn't work well. So you end up, you can see that development. For you to finally get melanin, you have that enzyme, tyrosinase enzyme has to be there. So if it is defective, that activity, and it's not working, then you don't form melanin. And so that is how the skin become hypopigmented. And you see the skin of albinos, for example. All of us, I'm sure, have seen an albino. Yeah, albinos have blonde hair, they have poor vision, and that's why you see many of them will end up having to be prescribed for spectacles. And you see their hair is blonde hair, they have poor vision, and some poor severe photophobia. When you talk of photophobia, something phobia is hating, and photo is basically the light. So they are very sensitive to light. So highly sensitive to light, especially sunlight. And that is why you see many of them you would wear a cape to try and prevent them from that too much exposure, because they are photophobia. So it's very important. This melanin is very important. Yeah. So really, we thank God whether you are dark. You thank God whether you are, because even white people have melanin, but their melanin color is different. And in fact, you can know somebody who is white from somebody who is an albino. For example, I don't think anyone of us would confuse a white man and an albino. You always know there's a difference, because a white man still have melanin, but their color is different. But of course, the melanin for the blacks tend to be more. And of course, God, we thank God that He gave us that kind of melanin, because it protects us. Our area in the tropics, there's a lot of sunlight, so we would be predisposed to a lot of cancer of the skin. So it's also, melanin is protective. So that is why you see, for people who have albino, they have to protect. You have to wear goggles. They have to wear capes. They have to try and avoid, and they have to use a lot of sunscreens to try and prevent a formation of the skin cancers, especially squamous cell carcinoma. So melanin is protective. So when you don't have melanin, you become an albino. That is albinism.